Alright. We are back with another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Here we go. Back into the game first. There we go. Alright. Court. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. I sure hope he'll be on me in an instant, you know what I mean? Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts in this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. We may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by the window, this window here. And the cause of death? Oh, and the cause of death? Loss of... the voices aren't even that different, but it's still... I gotta switch. Loss of blood due to being struck by a blood object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. What a sexist thing to say. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir! I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Miss Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. It's back. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Okay. Phase arrest. Rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant immediately arrested. Why? Witness account describing her? Alright. Key. Let's press. Hold it! Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? I heard correctly. You said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about the suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Is she not? I guess she is pink. Yeah, there you go. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have advantages. Yes! Gah! Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Okay. Okay, hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Found a memo written on this piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Okay. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why did you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Alright, baby. Here we go. I believe death was instantaneous. So, escape next to his body. Blood on his finger before she died. The villain. Okay, the villain wrote the killer's name. It's not wrong. All right. Present. Here we go. Detective Gumshoe. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note, but she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? No, you have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? It was day after the murder? Right? Yeah. It's the day after the murder. Prosecution's point being... An autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due from a blow from a blunt object. There is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. Motherfucker. I see! Damn you, Edgeworth! I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Up your ruffly sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Edgeworth! I'm a sham! I'm a sham! There we go. Mr. Edgeworth? I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defendant will refrain from personal attacks of the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will. The evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Updated in the court. Well, Your Honor? The evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. Darn, that's the end. Prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Oh, witness, your name, please. April May, at your service. Wink. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay and Low Ka offices. Yep. That's right, big boy. He's gay, ma'am. Who looks at Miles Edgeworth and says, ah yes, a heterosexual? It doesn't happen. Please testify to the court about what you saw. I love doing her voice, also. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know? And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Wink. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I activated Siri. Okay. Oops. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Oh, wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques quite well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you! Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes, I'm doing it! I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay. Let's see if I remember what happened here. 9 o'clock at night, looked out the window. Alright, let me see. Doesn't say when. Let's check. Okay. Saw a woman with long hair being attacked. Alright, saw a woman with long hair being attacked. Hey. 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 Hang on a second. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know. She had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person witnessing to the crime with a short, girlish figure. Testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. That's right. I question the testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that. You are lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Huh? No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. Alright, chill out, Phoenix. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rower, what are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Okay, your testimony again. What? Damn, I almost had her. Alright. Here we go. I did see everything, I did! The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock. The kind of statue-y clock? The thinker, I think? Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Alright. I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Alright. I just see everything I did. Right off to the right. You know it's a clock. No, wait. I keep wanting to press escape, but it's backspace. Okay. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Just so that I don't waste anybody's time, I'm gonna look up a walkthrough. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Objection! Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? You'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too, and he was found guilty of murder. Order, order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Ooh! The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, yes, of course. You'll withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor! As you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Oh, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over. Huh? What? So what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Faye & Co. No! Hey, I didn't say that! Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. The law offices of Faye & Co, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, no, no! No, Your Honor! Can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court. It is inconceivable that the clock in question rang, because it's empty! That clock is missing its clockwork! If you recall the phone call, how could you possibly just take a look right now? Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. it couldn't have run. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Oh, tisk, tisk. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty? Somehow, he knew! I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? It was after the witness heard the clock. There is no contradiction. That's true. There is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened here. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? I sure can. Oh ho, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? It's evidence is everything. Thank you very much. Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Yes. Because... Yes. This. Yep. Yes. I just had to be sure. Take a look at this! That's a very cute cell phone. You have a girly phone! Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? He's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Beep. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. Ah, I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. November 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was it again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes! Because it was handmade by a friend of mine. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to the court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that would prove the witness had not seen the clock before. This one. It's made by Larry Butts. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores! You dirty capitalist, Miss May. I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh? Excuse is not on sale today? Oh? Oh. Got some anime. Ooh. Anime titties. What's to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Those are some strong words. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh. Silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... you... because you... had heard about it. The witness had never held a clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence proving the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. It's the wiretap, right? Yes. Have a look at this. Ah! Ooh! That... I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone, weren't you? Were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. Proof the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... this, right? Yeah. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue of the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Are you gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong? Sorry. Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May! Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer! We're all lawyers here. Come on. It's no fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? Right, anime girl. That did it. The court's seeing the real Miss April May now. Now to deal a final blow. It's not you did it, but why the wiretap? Why did you tap the phone? Answer the question! Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't Tiffany tapping irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. Let me take a little sip. Doing voices is hard. Alright. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil, evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought of that, and of course, I can and will. Can't be serious. No way. Way, I say. Way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 o'clock at night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. Jesus. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. Iced coffee? Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Exclamation point. So, where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you. The witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Call the bellboy as a witness. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunk in quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? Better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? I believe... have to... accept... Yep. Accept the condition. Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. Fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to stand. Alrighty. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, he still has his train. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, so I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy at the Fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from my guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, so I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. It's so weird that they're saying iced coffee and not iced coffee. It's supposed to be iced. Okay. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. I will be finished. Well, head bellboy. Admissions. Take a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest, Miss May. That's weird. Why 9 o'clock? On the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, so... 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, blushing, the guest, sir, favored me with, an embarrasser, sir. Embrasser. Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir, more of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. It sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk. Finally you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Protest. Wait! Please wait! Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Ask about check-in. Tell me about check-in. Tell me about chicken! Tell me about when you chickened Miss May! Oh, alright. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me? What exactly was a disappointment? Well, I'm not without charm, sir, but even I'd have little chance with a lover. What did he say? What did you say? Ah! Oh, rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable. No, objectionable. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite, indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth. Excuse me? He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, so... Oof! You fool! Oh. I've done it. I've won! Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought the room service, you didn't see the man in the room. That's right, sir. Your Honor! We have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man was with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof. Your Honor. As has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from his court. Oof. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of my affair. Court is adjourned. And with that, next episode. See you later.